Jurassic World is the fourth sequel in the Jurassic Park franchise. It's been a little over 20 years since the very first Jurassic Park came out, and a little over 10 years since Jurassic Park 3 came out. Now, I completely forgot to add this to my most anticipated movies of 2015 video. So this is one of my most anticipated of the year, and I am a fan of the huge Jurassic Park film. That movie is a classic, and the other two movies, I like the second one. Now, though I didn't hate the third movie, I did feel like it was the weakest of the three and wasn't really that good. But now we have Jurassic World. Now, the premise of Jurassic World is it's connected to the other movies, but yet they don't explain how after the catastrophes that happened in the previous three films, how they can now open and function a park with real live dinosaurs and families can go in. But who knows? So now we have Bryce Dallas Howard's character is pretty much one of the heads of Jurassic World, and the people she works with created a new dinosaur because from what they said in the movie, focus groups show that they are not interested in regular dinosaurs anymore. So what do? They genetically modify the DNA to create new dinosaurs. And after that, some fuck shit happens and all hell breaks loose. And now we have our movie. And the new dinosaur they have created, it's called the Indominus Rex. It gets loose and Chris Pratt and a bunch of other guys have to now go hunt it down. Now for the positives, I will say there is enjoyment to have in this movie if you watch this as a straight up monster movie and not as a Jurassic Park movie. But I did feel that this movie still have some elements from the other Jurassic Park movies. Bryce Dallas Howard, I will say, other than the help, this is the best I have seen her in recent years. Chris Pratt in this movie is really good. He's an ex-military guy who is on the island to train and tame the velociraptors. And in my opinion, he is probably the smartest guy within this movie because he knew between humans and dinosaurs, you have to be eye to eye with them and try not to mess with their nature. And even for the Indominus Rex, he knew if you modify them too much, they will begin to evolve a higher intelligence, which is part of the reason why everything went straight to hell in the movie. Some of the other things I liked in this movie were the callbacks to the very first movie. Like, there's a whole bunch of Easter eggs and callbacks that you'll be like, oh, I see it. You see that? Yeah, that's Michael. Oh, you see that? I see that. Oh, yeah, I remember that place. Like I said, watch this as a monster movie. You will be entertained because this movie is definitely entertaining for sure, and it is definitely made to be a blockbuster movie for sure. Even the last 15 minutes of this movie had me on the edge of my seat, and I'm not going to spoil it, but when you watch the last 15 minutes, you will be like, holy shit, that was epic. Now for the negatives. The movie was a bit predictable at times, but for me personally, I didn't care because the movie was so fun that I'm just along for the ride. But the movie was still predictable, nonetheless. Like, there were characters that if you predicted they were going to die, they died. The characters in this movie were cheesy and cliche. Like, Bryce Dallas Howard's character, she's this uptight businesswoman. Even though I thought she was one of the positives of the movie, ultimately she is a caricature from a monster movie. And a lot of running to do. Like, how did you survive through all that wearing heels? And there's this one other character in the film who goes to Chris Pratt and he sees what he's doing with the raptors and wants to weaponize them. Then when shit hits the fan, he goes all colonel, army, soldier type, and he's all like, alright, this is a Code Red situation. Grab all those raptors and we need to weaponize them and use them for our advantage. We all need to contain the Indominus Rex. Now, the thing people are asking about is the special effects in this movie. Well, I will say the majority of this movie was CGI, but there were a couple of scenes within the movie where I honestly couldn't tell whether it's CGI or practical. But I knew from the get-go that this movie was not gonna have the magic from the first movie, so automatically I was like, alright, like, I'm not expecting this movie to be the first movie. A straight-up Jurassic Park movie. I know what it is, and it knows what you're going in for. And as long as there's dinosaurs fucking shit up and all hell breaks loose and people need to survive and dinosaurs, sorry to say it, but killing people, and it's entertaining, that's all that matters. In the end, Jurassic World was enjoyable. I had fun with it. Was it predictable? Yes. Were there characters that were cliche and cheesy? Yes. But did I think this was better than Jurassic Park 3? Hell yes. I'll even go as far as saying it was better than the Lost World Jurassic Park. Is it as great as the very first movie? Hell no. But to me, this movie was up there. Like, I'll say this movie is on par with the Lost World Jurassic Park, but that's as low as I'll go with this movie. But personally, I will say I like Jurassic World more than 2 and 3. I'm gonna give Jurassic World a B for buy on Blu-ray or DVD. That's it for the day. You like what you see, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my other channel. The links are in the description below. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Movie Pilot, and Periscope. Peace.